And we're rolling.
We're live.
I actually got her out on the road on a bike.
Thanks for coming back and welcome to our office and our home. We got a few questions about our backstory, and some of you are new and may not know this, so we're gonna get everybody up to speed real quick on what we're doing, why we're doing it,
And who we are.
who are you?
All right, so I guess I'll start because, I talk the most. So my name is Betty. I am 48. I've been a CNA all my life. And I originally am from Texas. Oh, and some things that some people may not know about me is I used to rodeo, and I was our rodeo club's first rodeo queen.
I am Grant. I am 53. I have no great fancy story. I like music, sports, love my music, and I worked.
He's more interesting than he thinks. He used to play the drums, and he's bicycled almost all of his life, and he used to run. So
I dabbled in the sports.
He's athletic.
We are total opposites in a lot of ways.
Total opposites.
But somehow it's not like we figured it out. It just has worked out that way where they mesh. It's a neat thing to see sometimes.
Something about us as a couple, we met on a dating site. Yeah, we did. Met for a cup of coffee and closed the coffee shop down. One of our first dates was a local trail, and he took me up there, and it was a nice, cute little trail, about 3 miles. Then he said, "Oh, let's go do another trail." And he took me on this hellacious trail, and it was bad. It was hard.
It was only about 4 miles one way.
Oh my! But it was uphill.
On the way
out.
back. On the way back. She thought it was a test. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Coffee and a map. What is coffee and a map?
So we just, both had our jobs when we met, and go to work and come home and hang out and stuff. I introduced you, I guess, to kind of hiking and then biking.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got into backpacking.
Mm-hmm. Kind of just snowballed. We just kind of like jumped in head first.
Can't go slow. Just dive in. Another aside to your story, if you haven't watched the videos, go back. Betty here has lost, over the course of 6 years, 140 pounds. Pretty cool. We talked about that a little bit on a previous video. Go back and check that out if you haven't seen it. When we left, our initial plan for this whole thing hasn't panned out quite like we thought or expected or hoped. So we're having to tweak it on the road.
Adapt.
Adjust and adapt.
Adapting.
For those of you who are familiar with our initial plan for our reason for doing this, we haven't abandoned it. We will be covering that. We're just going to have to approach it a little bit differently. We got involved with the outdoor community, into the whole outdoor thing, seeing places, and I mean, who doesn't want to travel, right? Who doesn't want to travel and see the country?
For me, Grant's start date was different than mine. For me, it was when I was taking a Greyhound from Oregon back to Arkansas. And I'd been on the PCT for a while. I had been on the Oregon Coast Trail for a while, and just traveling back home, going through Utah, just seeing all these areas was just phenomenal. It was just gorgeous, and I knew I wanted to see more. And it was pretty moving just to be out west here and just see how gorgeous it was. And I knew then that there was more out here to see and that we needed to do this. When I came back, we kind of got back into the old routine of work, home, weekend warrior stuff. Just kind of wash, rinse, and repeat. And we were talking one evening, if we're really going to do this, we need to do it now, because we're not getting any younger. And we realized that there wasn't a right time to do it. There wasn't a good time. There never is going to be a good time. There never is going to be the right time. So we just kind of did what we normally do and jump in head first and made the time. And here we are.
We've all heard the saying, or even used the saying, if you wait for the right time, it'll never come. You have to make the time. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So, how are we able to just travel and see the country and get in hiking and backpacking and biking along the way, whatever we can? How are we able to do that? We sold our home and practically everything we own. We're down to this vehicle and everything that's inside is about all we have left. That's it. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Besides seeing the country and getting dirty when we can, seeing what we can see, why else are we doing this?
To live life. This isn't a dress rehearsal. We don't get a second go round. Like I said earlier, we're not getting any younger. It's very fulfilling to be out here and being able to see the things that we see, meet the people that we're meeting is just phenomenal to me. And just kind of making things work, kind of rolling with the punches and trying to figure things out. And
it's a blast. And when you get out here and you meet people and you see things and you talk to people, it's not like what you're led to believe. It's really not. You have to experience it. You have to see it for yourself.
we've come across some really awesome people. We had a complete stranger invite us to Thanksgiving with his family, you know, and it was just great. It was fun. We had a great time with them. We still keep in contact.
Thanks, Scott. How you doing?
So, you know, it's really awesome out here. It really is.
I mean, this is a little bit of everything. Not only is it we want to see the country, we want to hike and backpack and bike places. This is like, we are our own guinea pigs. This is a test of a test of comfort zones. We've all heard about it. We know about it. About, you know, you get in your comfort zones and it's comfortable. What happens when you get out of your comfort zone? We have totally upended our lives and just starting all over again and see what happens. We're winging it. We're winging it. So how can we adjust and adapt? How will this change us?
I guess you got to hang around and find out.
So I guess stick around, see where we go, see what we end up doing. What changes? We don't know. You never know. Let's see what happens. So thanks for stopping by our office today. We appreciate the visit. Please come again.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So please follow and subscribe.
On Facebook, we are Coffee and a Map, if you don't already know. And on Instagram, we are
Coffee and a Map TO.
Coffee and a Map TO on Instagram.
Thanks. Come back.
See ya. Oi.